You have to cloak the kids on their way to class. A lot of the talking paintings were commissioned in the 16th century and can be very hurtful, particularly towards the kids of Afro-Caribbean descent. A lot of N-bombs.
How are the goblins today, Mrs. Spinelli? Hey! Stop eating my world, you little monster!
Jeremy!
Hello people, it's Davey, and I'm here to bring you Harry Potter news. So I got this up just for the imagery, to be fair, but Harry Potter Legacy is coming out next year, I believe in February, March. Pretty much looking forward to be honest. Seems like a good open world game. The art looks decent, gameplay looks decent. Am I going to pre-order it? No, I've been burnt by pre-orders plenty of times before. See, I was one of these nerds that actually went out and pre-ordered games, and I saw this funny thing the other day where you pre-order a downloadable game. It's like it's not can't do fucking without. So I've looked at the game. I'm looking forward to it, and basically this is going just to lead into it, but you could say people are whinging in general about J.K. Rowling's and her views on trans and the term they use, TERF. It's not transphobic, what I just said. From what I've read from it, it's just a logical thing. It is what it is. You could see it that way. I could see why people are trying to force it that way, but it's not true. And J.K. Rowling has got the best contract in the world. If I ever need a prenup, I want her to fucking write the fuss, because she's got this fucking watertight. And it's probably best for the franchise. Similar with anything that gets changed within Game of Thrones, it's still I forgot his name now, George Martin, that has the rights to it. It's still his franchise. He wants to change it, he can do it. It's different when it comes to Lord of the Rings, with now Tolkien gone, and it's now down to his grandkid. It's different it's a different kettle of fish. But when it's still your franchise, it's still your name, I'm all fine for this. And I don't believe J.K. Rowling has made any real transphobic choices or decisions. In fact, the game will also include an option for you can have your gender as transsexual, term I used to have as a kid. I don't know if it's still used these days, but yeah. Right. But I won't go into this. WBD is reported looking to reboot Harry Potter film franchise, including recasting in the next 3 to 5 years. We will release some details on how to become aware of this information presented by sources on the Functionality Weekend channel. So I haven't had a chance to look into this yet, as I was ill over Christmas. I just basically took the whole YouTube thing off and just started looking into flipping, just read books to be honest, and watch shit TV, because I couldn't be asked to do anything else. So I'm going to have to catch up on this, but seeing all the rumours, get into this now. Right there, I find it's a bit interesting. So that's just all going through all the top about Warner Brothers and the rumours that were going out. But this I just found what's really next for the franchise. Despite possibly continuing the OG franchise, Warner Brothers is not currently developing any additional films in the Fantastic Beasts. That sort of died when they got rid of Depp. The whole fiasco there cut him out of the film, and the film made no sense. I mean, it wasn't really a big to begin with franchise, but it was what it was. It sort of taken Depp away, took away the big name, and it's just been left. Saying that, they did the Broadway show. I quite like that. But anyway, that's not the point. Fantastic Beasts was initially planned for a 5-film feature. Well, we done that. However, the studio was reportedly debating giving the film 4 and 5 the green light based on the Secrets of Dumbledore's box office performance. Oof. If that was the case, I feel sorry for the writers. Released in April, the third installment became the lowest grossing film entirely of the Wizard World franchise. That's because they made a big song and dance about it. The good old famous saying, go woke, go broke. they basically went out for that was to introduce Dumbledore as gay actual property within the franchise, and wasn't needed to really be introduced. They could have just had Dumbledore as Dumbledore. They could still have the whole backstory. They didn't have to introduce this, and I think it was not really the story up for it. It was more of the plot, not plot. I mean the marketing. The marketing around it puts a lot of people off. If you're going to basically alienate half your audience, don't be surprised if half of your audience don't show up. Right. Even Eddie Redmayne, who played the protagonist, in Fantastic Beasts, is uncertain about the series' future. If anyone I thought Eddie would have done, I assume would it. If he's going to tack himself to the wall, he's going to have to stay in shape, he's going to have to stay the same look. When asked if he has any information about Fantastic Beasts 4, the Les Miserables actor didn't have an answer. Fair enough. It's more questionable for J.K. Rowling's director David and Warner Bros. Yet I don't know. I'm afraid I can add that I love playing Newt, and he's a sweet man, he says. So it sounds like he does sort of want to come back to the wall, but our working best case scenario would be a sort of soft reboot, bring Harry Potter back. You already told the story, I see. You couldn't make it more like a modernised, then would OG fans like that? I'm going to say no. I really, as much as I like to actually watch them, it wasn't modernised. It's really hard to say. No, I think just current culture, current climate, they're going to ruin it. It's going to be politically correct in places, and given that it wasn't really a franchise that was about that, it was just more of like a classic hero adventure tale. A backstory shocking backstory happens to the protagonist. He then goes out into the world, has his trials, passes the trials, he knocks them all down one by one until he finally fights the big bad boss in the end and gets his revenge. So it's a good old-fashioned hero's tale. You could sort of do a side character, but Fantastic Beasts, so showing there's no real love for that. But then the argument becomes then, are you going to do a TV series or a movie? I would say a movie. If you do a TV series, it's not going to be as good. It never is. And the way I'm viewing it is, streaming is killing the movies. Basically now people aren't going out to the movies, as I know it'll be on streaming in about 6 months, if that. But just to back this up a bit, Savlav has come out and actually talked about this. So sidelined has been sidelined for 15 years. The original has anyway. And he goes into talking about what would be the ideal of making this again. So he goes into sort of the money making aspect, obviously. They're basically not looking that good. I think the shares have dropped like 60% in a year, which if anyone tells you that, I would definitely get the lawyers with involved. Like, how the fuck have you lost this so much money? But anyway, wait. So here we go. Quote from Savlav himself. And so when you have a franchise movie, you can often make 2 to 3 times amount of money you would in the US, because you get a slot and focused on a big movie. They are loved, they're templed, that people are going to leave home, leave dinner early to see, and have a lot of them. Batman, Superman, Aquaman, if you can do something with J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter, ongoing, Lord of the Rings, what are going to be with Game of Thrones. What are we doing with a lot of big franchises that we have? We focused on a franchise. So we're doing with Game of Thrones. So the way I see it as is they're going to push for a sort of movie. Is that right? Am I seeing that? So make movies, make money. Doesn't he specify, does he? That just leaks again. So I think he's actually seen it the other way. I think he's seen it as a TV series over a movie. So I read that one. It was what Bros franchise was trying to make 2 to 3 times much more money for the company. Am I reading this backwards? Yeah, I'm reading it backwards. That's probably reading manga to switching over to fucking stuff. You read it backwards. You read it fucking because you read from right to left and stuff. Oh, read. I still haven't got this down to a T ever. Read. So where was I up to? Read. So I'll see it as they're planning to make a TV series, like what we're doing with the Game of Thrones. So they're going to basically do that as a show now, and it's gonna kill the movies. I don't see people actually focus on a big movie they are loved. See, so I'm confused by what you're saying. So I read that as saying thingy, but then the bottom line sort of sees it as a TV series. Wait, but what do you people think? Do you think he's thinking this way, or do you think he's thinking that way? But my take on it is it's going to be in movies now. I'm sticking with that. That's the way I read it first time round, and I'm hoping for the best. It will be better as a movie, I reckon, and that's the way I'm going as. But what's your take on this? I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Dailyverse.